Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to talk about relative pronouns, and by the end of this lesson you'll be able to understand relative pronouns, their usage and examples in sentences as well as in your spoken and written expression. So first we need to understand what relative pronouns are. Relative pronouns, they take the place of nouns or pronouns in sentences. They are called relative pronouns because they always relate back to something or someone else. They are used to join two sentences about the same person or thing, and they are also known as conjunctions. Since they join two sentences, so they work as conjunctions also. Okay, and they are also known as subordinating conjunctions. Now these are the relative pronouns: who, whose, which, and that. Who is used to refer to people, whose is used to refer to people and things both, and which is used to refer to things, and that refers to people and things. There are no hard and fast rule, though you can sometimes that and which can be used for both. Okay. Now here is the slide to tell you what are the different relative pronouns and how can we use them. Okay. Now the relative pronoun who, it is used for people. The woman who called yesterday wants to buy the house. Now if you look at this sentence separately, the woman who called yesterday, the woman called yesterday, she wants to buy the house, or she wanted to buy the house. Now these are two separate sentences. When you want to join them, or when you join them, they can be joined with this relative pronoun who. The woman who called yesterday wants to buy the house. Okay, so who, it refers to people. Which, it is used for things and animals. Did you see the letter which came today? I love the puppy which is jumping at the kitten, not which is jumping at the, it should be kitten, not kitchen. Let me just replace it. It should be kitten. Okay. Now I love the puppy which is jumping at the kitten. Now see, which, it refers to puppy. Which over here also it refers to letter. The woman who called yesterday, who, it refers back to woman. Okay. Whose is used for possessions of people and animals. He is a man whose opinion I respect. Whose, that man's opinion. She is the student whose handwriting is the best in my class. Whose, it refers to the student. Whom, it refers to people when the person is the object of the verb. Now see, the author whom you criticized in your review has written a letter in reply. Whom, it refers to the author. Okay, but it is used for people when the person is the object of the verb. Okay. That is used for people, things and animals. Now that, the girl that we met in France has sent us a card. That, it refers back to the girl. We live in a ground floor that backs onto a busy street. Ground floor flat. It refers back to ground floor flat. Do you like the cat that is sleeping underneath the table? It refers to cat. Now see, if you look at these examples and if you look at the definition, they are called relative pronoun because they always relate back to something or someone else. They are also used to join sentences about the same person or thing. So you can see in all these examples, they are relating back to the noun, or they are referring back to the noun used in the first part. Now here I have few more examples. Now relative pronoun who. Now See, here you have two sentences. This is a boy, he is my friend. Now, instead of writing these two sentences, you can join these two sentences with a relative pronoun. This is a boy who is my friend. Now, which, how can you use which? There is a park in New York, it is Central Park. The park which is in New York is Central Park. Now, see, you have joined it with which. Instead of writing two sentences, you have written or you have combined it with which. Next, we have that, which can be used for people and things. This is the man, he lives across the street. This is the man that lives across the street, or this is the man who lives across the street. In both the ways it is correct. Okay, look at the car that I bought yesterday. Look at my car, I bought the car yesterday. Now, instead of telling two different sentences, you can combine it with using the relative pronoun that. Look at the car that I bought yesterday. Whom? Whom is used for people when it is the object of the preposition. This is a boy, I want to see him. Now see, want to see him. Now instead, when you'll use it as a one sentence, this is a boy whom I want to see. Now here it has become the object of the preposition I want to see, okay, whom I want to see. This is the boy, I want to speak with him. This is the boy with whom I want to speak. Okay. Whose? Whose shows possession. This is a boy, I borrowed his book. This is a boy whose book I borrowed. Where? This is the house, I lived there when I was a child. This is the house where I lived when I was a child. Now, where, it refers to the house. When, it will always remember, I'll always remember the day we met that day. I'll always remember the day when we met. This is I. Okay, note. I'll always remember the day we met that day. I'll always remember the day when we met. So this is how we use relative pronouns in our sentences. So here is a quick recap. What is a relative pronoun? Relative pronoun takes the place of nouns or pronouns. They are called relative pronouns because they always relate back to something or someone. Okay. They are also used to join sentences and they do work of conjunctions. Okay. Then we discussed different examples of relative pronoun who, which, whose, whom, and that. But here you have where and when. These are actually treated as adverbs, okay, relative adverbs. But it depends how they are used in these sentences. If they are referring back to the noun in the sentence, so definitely they'll be used as relative pronouns. Okay, now see, where, this is the house where it refers back to the noun in the sentence. And I will always remember the day when we met, it refers back to that day. So that's why they are treated as relative pronouns in the sentences. So this was all about the relative pronouns. Hopefully you would have understood today's lesson. Thank you so much for listening.